Love is Blind's Sparkle Meg on the deciding factor of her breakup with Jordan. Love is Blind. Are Megan Walerius and her baby's father Paul Wegman still together? Their relationship. Megan Walerius continues to be the talk of Love is Blind Season 9, especially after her surprising reveal at the reunion that she's a new mom. Sparkle Megan also confirmed the father of her child, Paul Wegman, who was sitting in the audience. Now that Love is Blind Season 9 is officially over, viewers want to know more about the new man in Megan's life. Are Megan and Paul still together? What has she said about their relationship? Have they spoken about getting married? Swan is breaking down the latest on Megan's relationship with Paul. Are Megan Walerius and Paul Wegman still together? As of November 2025, Megan and Paul are still together. Paul made his debut as Megan's new boyfriend at the Love is Blind Season 9 reunion, which aired on October 29. During her interview on the What's the Reality? podcast, Megan revealed that she and Paul immediately hit it off when they were introduced by a mutual friend several months after her split from Jordan Keltner. Megan admitted that things got hot and heavy pretty quickly between them, and she found out she was pregnant 3 months into their relationship. Megan was honest about how she and Paul have had ups and downs since their relationship started, but they've overcome the hurdles. Are Megan Walerius and Paul Wegman living together? Megan and Paul only recently moved in together. Now we are, Megan said on the podcast. Since baby, yeah. Megan noted that she bought a house in Denver and renovated it while pregnant. Are Megan Walerius and Paul Wegman married? Megan and Paul are not married as of November 2025. She didn't discuss the topic of marriage at the Love is Blind Season 9 reunion or post-show interviews. During Season 9, Megan broke off her engagement with Jordan before they made to the altar. Megan also hasn't disclosed if she and Paul have talked about getting engaged following the birth of their son. What is the age difference between Megan Walerius and Paul Wegman? There is an 11-year age gap between Megan and her boyfriend. He's 46 years old, and she's 35 years old. Paul, who's originally from St. Louis, owns his own company. He's the CEO of Nova Automation. He graduated from the University of Maryland Global Campus in 2004 and later received his MBA from the Texas McCombs School of Business. Megan gushed that Paul is very emotionally available and vulnerable and wears his heart on his sleeve. Megan confessed that she freaked out a little bit when she found out she was pregnant. Poor guys stuck with me through thick and thin, Megan noted. Watching Love is Blind Season 9 together has given Paul the chance to learn more about Megan. When did Megan Walerius give birth? Megan gave birth to her son, Brooks, in July 2025. Because of Love is Blind, which didn't air until October, she had to keep her pregnancy a secret. My labor and delivery did not quite go as planned, she revealed to People. I had planned for an unmedicated birth at a birthing center, but after laboring for about 20 hours, some complications arose and I ultimately needed an emergency C-section. Hallmark Holiday 2025 Movies, ranked, which countdown to Christmas film is the best? Hallmark's annual Countdown to Christmas event has started, and every year, there are some movies that stand out more than others. This year's offerings include another team-up with the NFL for Holiday Touchdown, a Bills love story as well as one with the Grand Ole Opry for a Grand Ole Opry Christmas. Paul Campbell, Tyler Hines, and Andrew Walker are back to make the Brenner Boys movies into a trilogy, this time with 3 Wisest Men. Walker also stars in She's Making a List with Lacey Chabert, their first together in 7 years. And Hines has another film this year as well, Christmas Above the Clouds, his and Aaron Krakow's first together since 2021. Thanksgiving weekend, Friday, November 28th, Saturday, November 29th, and Sunday, November 30th, will feature double features each night, at June 5th C and August 7th C. Below, as the film's premiere, we're ranking the movies, from worst to best. Let us know what tops your list in the comments section. Note, this list only includes new movies, not Mistletoe Murders, airing its first season on Hallmark for the first time and its second after, or the Cherry Lane films, which were previously released on Hallmark Plus. Goobleman plays a princess of a Hallmark country who decides to spend the holidays on vacation at a ranch she visited as child, while Warren Christie plays the son of the family that owns said ranch. They, of course, fall in love after a mishap of a meet-cute. While there's nothing special about this film and how they end up together, what is refreshing is that she tells him she's a princess and it's not a big deal that leads to an automatic split. Megan Ory and Benjamin Ayres star as Christmas angels whose job it is to bring together soulmates. It's easy to see where this is going when they're assigned to match the same pair and both go about their job in a different way. The story is, of course, watching them fall in love while they're trying to create a match for others, with them being the soulmate match that mattered. It's a sweet ending, but not the most unique Hallmark film. Janelle Parrish and Parker Young's characters are rivals in the military, reuniting after some conflict during training over a job. When their rivalry causes quite the scene, and ruins the cake at an event, they're assigned to Christmas duty together and ultimately team up to make sure that the families on base get the presents for the kids when a storm delays deliveries. That means driving around together, getting to know one another, and bonding. The use of tactical planning to get some of the presents is a bit much, as is how much their fathers hate each other until the end when it devolves into a snowball fight of the dads versus their kids. But Peter Jacobson as Parrish's character's father is a standout, as is him trying to get into the Christmas spirit after their non-traditional traditions. This film, starring Ginny Claire Mason and Wes Brown, gives serious Kate and Leopold vibes by the end, which is one of its best parts. Their characters, Ella and Nick, meet when she time travels from 1905 to 2025 and ends up on his, formerly her, boat. But even as they fall in love, they know she must go back to her time because her legacy begins being erased, and she's said to marry someone else, who, too, shows up in 2025. But he's not willing to go back, and so that leaves his identity free for Nick to assume when he follows Ella back to the past. Any time a movie can put a twist of any sort on time travel is a plus. Easily the best Hallmark holiday movie of 2025 so far, and Kimberly Sustad and Robert Buckley's chemistry from their first scene together is a big reason. The story is a standout as well, with Buckley's weatherman, the titular Ted Cooper, back in his hometown for the holidays and for work. The asides of his injuries, with Brendan Penny a co-worker cataloging the bets, is just the right side of humorous. Sustad plays Dr. Hope Miller, whom Ted had a crush on in high school and who treats him after one such injury. The inevitable misunderstanding isn't the worst. He loses his phone, and she thinks he's seeing someone else, and it's not even painful to sit through the brief split before their reconciliation in the final moments. Love is Blind. Sparkle Megan says Jordan was different off camera, defends timeline with Paul. Megan Sparkle Walerius is spelling out what viewers didn't get to see on Love is Blind Season 9. She opens up about the quiet moments off camera, the reasons she stepped away from her engagement to Jordan Keltner, and how she found a new path to parenthood with Paul Wegman. What shifted once the lights went off? Megan says the first full day without cameras was a turning point. She expected the same energy they had in the pods. Best TV shows right now. 5 must-watch picks from Paste. Toyota's tiny truck, modular, packable pickup you can fully customize. Instead, she encountered a quieter version of Jordan. Not unkind, but reserved enough to make her pause. Private time revealed tension. The couple felt awkward rather than natural together. Production pressure. Filming took a toll on Jordan, who was balancing a day job and parenting. Those off-camera hours left Megan wondering if their chemistry would hold up in everyday life. Why she chose to walk away before the altar. Megan says doubts grew as the wedding date neared. She and Jordan had been candid with one another in the days leading up to the decision. Core reasons she cites. Family history of divorce made her cautious about rushing into marriage. She had to be certain she could commit for life, not just for a show. Megan and Jordan agreed not to wed unless both were fully certain. She insists the split didn't blindside either of them. Multiple conversations happened, and both understood the risks of saying I do when uncertain. Interactions with fellow cast members after the split. The reunion revealed a tangled web of friendships and meetups after filming ended. Megan describes the pod alumni reconnecting in Los Angeles. She met Mike Brockway in person twice, more curiosity than a formal date. She also had a face-to-face with Blake Anderson, largely to clear the air. She frames these encounters as part of closure and reconnecting. How Paul Wegman entered the picture. 4 months after ending things with Jordan, Megan met Paul. Their connection moved quickly. What drew her to Paul? Instant compatibility and shared emotional availability. Comfort in silence and in fun, both mattered to her. Open communication and a sense that they wanted the same future. Megan says it was clear early on that Paul offered what she needed in a partner. She felt she had fewer doubts with him than she did with Jordan. Pregnancy, criticism, and Megan's response. Fans questioned the speed of Megan's new relationship and pregnancy with Paul. She pushes back on that scrutiny. She points to the experiment's intense timeline as context for how people connect quickly. Megan says the experience taught her what she wants and what she does not. Meeting someone and moving forward within months can be genuine, she argues. Her stance, people will judge, but the lessons from Love is Blind helped her identify a lasting partner. Watching the show back with Paul. Megan admits she was nervous to relive the season. Paul, she says, has been supportive throughout. He treats the episodes as a guide to better understand her.